Well, you know what people care about now? This even more seems like inflammatory than Black Lives Mattering is this new debate on Black people getting reparations. There are some serious talks from presidential candidate Joe Biden, uh, putting together some commissions and some studies to pay Black people for America's original sin of slavery. So I think we need to move into that because relitigating George Floyd and Rayshard Brooks, we could spend 2-3 hours on this topic. There's a couple plans that have been presented. One by former NBA team owner Bob Johnson, BET founder. Um, he has a $14.7 trillion plan that says, "Hey, cut the check, get these Black people $350,000 each um, to make the world equitable." If you look at the areas where you can build wealth in education, real estate, um, investments, uh, the places that people lack, that's the gap between white wealth and Black wealth totals $350,000. So Bob Johnson is saying, hey, if we want to make all things equal, cut the check for this amount, and that'll be the start of us rebuilding this country. Is $350,000 enough?
I think 35, all right, 3,500K or 350K.
Yep.
Check. Like, why not? Like, hey,
Yep.
That's enough for a lot of people to get out of debt. If you're gonna be responsible with it, that honestly would, well, the way millennials are, millennials in generation, what is it, Z or X, whichever one is the whatever one is the one right above that. The way people are with money and like the way like their way of thinking is now from the 18 to 30-year-olds, the economy could change because everybody is not. Well, there's gonna be so many LLCs started. A lot of student loan. If they cancel student loans with it too, we may be in business.
You tacking on.
Yeah, why
Yeah,
not?
you tacking on because that's
That's not
That's
what
not
was in the.
okay.
That's not what was in the
so
proposal.
350 is not enough.
No, that would be cool, but that's not what they're proposing. You gotta stick with the proposal.
That is a proposal up there right now though.
It is. That's one of the plans.
So they'll probably end up saying you give $350,000, but if you got student loans, you better pay that off with
eliminating student. That's true, but eliminating student debt isn't just for Black people. That's white people too.
No, this is just to help us out.
But I'm saying we can tack that, we can ride that wave. You know what I'm saying? Because if they do that, that's for everybody. You can't say, oh no, you either got to do the 350 or
they can.
Tax. No, they can't because it's not. We're not asking for it. Everybody's asking for that. It's not, the two ain't mutually exclusive. That's not attached to that. So you can go ahead and give us our tuition or free or cancel.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. It doesn't close the gap. This is strictly to close the gap between
or is it just some type
whites and Blacks for that 400 years of free labor that they got and all the stuff that happened after that.
You know, nothing right now is feasible to close the gap. There is nothing feasible to close the gap.
Well, nothing. I mean, I don't think there's enough money in the world.
I mean, right.
There's not enough money in the world.
We're not gonna catch up, but they can do something to make it fair. You know what I'm saying?
350K would be enough to.
Some people
I get it. Everybody don't have the same amount of debt, but
some people will be appeased.
I would.
I mean,
I'm simple. I don't need much. Like,
I mean, yeah, I'd be appeased, with $350,000. I definitely would. But
housing market gonna go up.
There's a lot of things that'll go up, bro. Interracial relationships, chicken sales.
They're gonna resurrect Hummer.
Hummer, right?
Hummer. Hummer's coming back. I ain't seen a Hummer in about 3-4 years.
Bro, it was a guy in Detroit that got that business loan, the PPP loan that the government was giving.
Oh God.
He took $590,000. Bought 2 Escalades, a Hummer, and a Hellcat. He gave the Escalades away to his sister and his brother, and then he kept the Hummer and the Hellcat for himself. Come to find out, dude had lied on his application and said he was paying out $2.8 million in payroll, and they did an investigation, and he don't even own the business.
Yeah, all that stuff got to go back.
So I'm like, yeah, like you finessed $600,000 from the government and then blew the bag on cars. Wild out here. But let me, I wanted to kind of touch on that wealth gap because Chris bring up a good point. Like if you cancel everybody's student loans, that's a wash. Because if you giving people money to address a wealth gap, you can't increase everybody else's wealth at the same time you trying to close the gap. It's got to be something that's just for us to bring us closer.
And report that shit to the credit bureau so their credit score go up. That's
every black person.
You want to make it right. Make it right, because
every black person's credit. Okay, what would y'all rather have? Would y'all have the? Okay, obviously y'all probably want the reparations. I was gonna say, would you rather have your credit scores, every black person's credit score jump up to 800, or you get 350 bands?
I benefit from everybody else getting. I benefit from everybody else getting 350. So I won't be everybody, because now we on the same playing field. We all can go in on some stuff. Like credit scores don't equate to money. It really don't. I mean, plus my credit score, I thank God I didn't put in a lot of hard work towards this bad boy. So like, no, if I put in the work for it, they got to put in the work for it. However, cut the check. Let everybody cut the check. Let's go. We can take our Jamaica trip. I can take a week.
Jamaica is where you would go if you got 350.
Jamaica.
Yeah, Jamaica.
Bro, I'm thinking like Bali or something, man. I ain't going to just Jamaica. I can go to Jamaica for $700.
I'm going to Thailand.
Something like that.
I can live the rest of my life. 350,000 in Thailand.
Bro, you be good for about 10 years.
Good for more than that. There's some people that retire.
You can live the rest of your life there.
There's some people that retire, go to places like Thailand or some parts of Dominican Republic or South America or whatever. They get $100,000 just from retirement, and they ain't never got to work another day in their life ever. You can stretch that money out.
The government over there is too wishy-washy. I can't
just keep to yourself. That's all you got to do. Keep to yourself.
Well, Chris, what would you do? Like I said, let's play this out for a little bit. If you got your $350,000, what would you do with it?
My first call would be to my realtor and tell him stop bullshitting and help me find a house. No,
how you gonna do?
I would I was trying to take that cheap shot. No, I would pay off. I wouldn't pay off the rest of my debt because I would keep paying on it because that credit history that's a kicker. It'll boost your score. But I definitely buy me a new car. I hate my Dart. I would buy me a new car. I would do a little stock market, maybe play like 10,000 in the stock market, and the rest just put it somewhere so it could sit. Buy maybe like some bonds or some notes, and just like let it sit for little man.
Colin, you got plans for your money?
Yeah, I would invest, and when I get enough, buy McDonald's, and I'll be a rich nigga, bro. McDonald's is always is always gonna be.
I'm about to give away somebody something for free, and it's only because I'm not in a position to do this right now. My man just did it out in Novi, I think. Get a Chick-fil-A and put it somewhere within the Chick-fil-A for another 50 miles, and boy, watch you clean up.
Bro, I can't do Chick-fil-A. I can't do Chick-fil-A's because you got to close on Sunday. I need my business to
Chick-fil-A
open
still make bank though. Hold on, wait. Let me see how much.
It still make bank, but I need something that's gonna be open 24/7. And best believe my ice cream machines ain't never gonna be down, bro. I'm slinging that ice cream. Bump that. McDonald's
have 2-3 ice cream. Get the backup ice cream machine out the back,
bro. I pay for it with my own money. McDonald's be playing too many games with that ice cream machine.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm using that. I'm probably building a house first, and then putting the rest in America's stock market because I believe in the country. I'm gonna just buy me some of those index funds and just watch them rise.
I'm talking about invest in
Urban One.
I'm gonna grow that money. That's what I'm gonna do. And then I guess, I mean, it's loose language, but it's supposed to be for every black person. And I got 4 black people in my house.
I have a half. I don't know if he counts.
So you get half the money.
That's another what? 175K. That's fine with me, bro. That's my 500K.
No, is that how it would work? I think they would give you the full 350.
They might. I don't know. You got to talk about.
It would only
doing
make
the one
sense
drop
to
test.
me.
Look, they didn't use the one drop rule in their favor all this time. It's about time that it worked for us. So technically, I need to get that 350 for him.
Yeah, I think it would be only right if they gave everybody that's at least what we want to say 25%.
And this also it needs to not be counted as income. That's reparations needs to not be counted as income. Don't go raising people's child support. Don't go putting people in different tax brackets trying to get that money back somehow, because you know that's what they do. It needs to not be counted as income.
Last year, I put a reparations plan forward of vouchers. If they don't want to give us cash, give us vouchers.
For what?
Vouchers for education, vouchers for housing.
We already got vouchers.
And
don't we already
black
got
people?
No, not black people.
Native Americans have the vouchers. Native Americans have those.
That's what I'm saying. Give black people like a GI Bill type thing, where
hold on now.
You pick the school.
Hold on now. They got to go through 8 weeks of training to get some type of GI Bill type.
We went through 400 years of training.
I had to go get my ass whooped in the Texas heat. Y'all got to go do that shit too. Like
400 years. What are you saying?
I'm saying was 8 weeks.
Chris, we supposed to be equal, bro. We can't.
We
be
separate but equal. Don't.
Nah. We supposed to be equal, man.
Jesus.
Look at there. You trying to keep us down like the white man been keeping us down, man. Get out of here. I ain't doing no 8 weeks.
No, we come for my benefits. Okay, I don't have much. But
I think that if we get the reparations, I wouldn't be opposed to the government giving every black person a direct deposit of a couple $1,000s every single month until that $350,000 is paid off. So every black person, there would have to be stipulations like you gotta have a bank account. Obviously, you would probably have to have a job just to get that bank account, or what is it? You just gotta have $50 just to open up a bank account somewhere. But hey, we'll give you guys $2,500 every single month, $5,000 every single month until that debt is paid off. I wouldn't be opposed to that. That's cool.
Well, you know what? I like, okay, so that just got my wheels turning about, because I think they having this fight about like food benefits and stuff. They made it to where you had to have a job to get the food benefits, but it was getting some pushback because a lot of people that were on food benefits were on so because they couldn't get work
on disability.
Worker disability for they and they couldn't get childcare. So if I go to work, I don't have anybody to take care of my child. So there's a deficiency in my cash because I'm not working enough hours. That's why I needed the food benefits. Now you're saying that the reason that I'm getting the food benefits, I have to work in order to qualify. Like it's a catch-22 with it. Like I wouldn't be able to get it either way. So I don't know about making it a requirement that you have a job to get your reparations payment if you're gonna take it to your bank account. But I see your line of thinking on that, like, because
that's why I think
350,000 people about to be living on it.
Honestly, I'm gonna tell you like this: it's I love this man. I love this man can speak on anything. I
appreciate it.
And I will listen. Not you.
Oh,
Dave Chappelle is so far ahead of his time, and he's so on point. When he did that skit where the blacks got reparations,
yeah.
I hate to say stereotypes, but the economy would go through the roof. Like it really would. It would go through. Let's be real. The economy.
That's not a stereotype though. That's anybody with a windfall. If they gave all Native Americans a $500,000 payment for their land, you don't think they would put that money back into the economy or grow farms or start businesses?
I see them putting it back into their own economy. I don't see them benefiting or using it. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Would it still even be separate?
Say what?
Would it even be separate?
I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe you're right. Maybe you got a point.
Joe Biden is trying to add them to the reparations plan.
Black people can't have nothing for themselves.
Nope.
Hey, listen to this though. I just thought of a negative for getting reparations. All black people get $350,000. You know what's the problem with that? everybody now knows how much money you got. So if you get caught slipping walking down the street, bro, that's a wrap.
Right. First of all, nope.
You got 350,000? No, I got 700,000 because I just robbed this nigga up the street, took his credit
But
card.
at the same time, you gonna have some people coming into a couple racks because are they giving it to the kids? Like, what is that? All right. So at what point do you stop?
Everybody's got to get it. I think everybody should get it.
I don't think everybody should get it.
They counted. So hold on. They counted. They gave a number, or Bob Johnson gave a number. There are 42 million black people in the U.S. That's every man, woman, and child that identifies as black.
Well, is Rachel Dolezal included in that as well?
She's not.
Yeah,
okay.
She is not.
She'll ask for
it. I would trade her for Candace Owens though.
Oh, definitely in a heartbeat, bro. I think
we could make that swap.
Yeah, but Candace Owens
trade a bologna
don't need
sandwich
the money.
for Candace Owens.
Candace Owens don't need the money. Rachel does.
Would it be an income cap on it? Or is Bob Johnson getting his 350 too?
Get us 350. He can
Everybody
pay somebody's salary with that.
Everybody get 350.
Everybody get 350,
get it.
bro.
Oprah getting 350.
Yeah, because they had to work to get to where they're at. Doesn't matter. Just give them the 350. It wasn't like they were born rich.
This is what I think of Oprah.
Come on now, bro.
I just can't stand Oprah. Like, you mention her name on purpose because you know it's a trigger for me. Like, I just can't stand Oprah.
People got to come to that reality because you know people are gonna be hating, bro. Like, look, everybody getting 350,000. People are gonna look up and be like, Oprah is getting $350,000. Jay-Z and Beyonce about to get $350,000. You know, everybody's gonna start pocket watching.
But that's unnecessary hate, is because you're a 1%. Why don't? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got 350 bands. I'm a 1%er now. Why I need to be looking at?
I still ain't got billions.
Look, Jay-Z probably makes $350,000 in a week. Not even.
$350,000 is not gonna put you in the 1%.
1%. Daryl said it's 250.
No, well, first of all, if 1% is 250. That's definitely that ain't it. It's higher than what's
1%. Okay, so 1% is 250. I believe
$250,000 a year puts you in the 1%. What we talking about, the billionaires are the 1% of the 1%.
If a 0.1%er got $350,000, I wouldn't have no problem with it because you would have made it anyway in a couple of minutes.
They probably won't even notice, man. They commas won't move on their account with 350,000.
Nope.
They got the same amount of commas in there. What do y'all think about that? Like, we semi understand the Native American plight. They did help us in the Civil War, fighting off slavery. They had a fort. They held all the Confederate Army out of Florida. Like Black people and Native Americans fought side by side to keep people out of Florida, and then they rode off into the subset. They got it's that divide and conquer. They signed up for these tribes, and I think there's a couple of them that actually got their payments and their benefits, but not all of them. There's 567 Native American tribes in America, and the most notable one, the Cherokees, receive benefits from the government.
They're the only ones?
567.
No, I'm saying they're the only ones that receive benefits, just the Cherokee?
I don't know. No, they're not the only ones. I'm saying they're the most notable ones. Everybody knows the Cherokee in it.
Yeah, everybody swear to God, they got some Cherokee in them. Even
right.
I did a genealogy report, so I can verify I don't got no Cherokee in me. I don't think.
Yeah. So they got their benefits. They and what we trying to say are we going to not this is my thing. I don't think that they should get the same benefit, but I don't see why we can't have a discussion about getting reparations for people that endured some atrocities the same way we did during slavery and before that.
I think they should get the same amount as us. Matter of fact, I don't see why not more. Their whole race pretty much got wiped out. They talked about earlier in the podcast. I can't count on one hand how many Native Americans I've ran into in my entire life. Right. They got wiped out, bro. I think they should get the same amount, if not more, because this is their land. They're right. They don't own us or anything. I'm not taking it that far, right. Because they said they think that they own everything, but they were completely wiped out. That's not that much.
The Trail of Tears alone qualifies them for. Let's not even get into even the more atrocities that was committed against them. Like, I mean, we talk about equality. All right, yeah, if we get it, they should get it. Like, they should get something. I mean, you took the land, put them on these lands, and then look at the Dakota pipeline, access pipeline. You put that stuff through their tribes or through their lands. Like, forget your culture. We don't care about your culture, but we need to get this oil through here. And then the very thing they were protesting, like, oh, it's gonna leak. Well, no, it's not. What happened when it got through? It leaked. It spilled like 100,000 gallons of oil. Like, and it was messing up their way of life. Yep. Did you know Mount Rushmore was a sacred Native American mountain or area? They vandalized the hell out of it and put the face of a bunch of white men on it.
Yep. So that's what I'm saying. It's similar. It's not the same, but it's similar. Like Seneca Village in New York, which is now Central Park, was a affluent black neighborhood in New York. They went through, took it, seized it, leveled everything there. Now it's a beautiful park that everyone enjoys. You had, in Detroit, you had them build freeways through our affluent neighborhoods. They said, you know what, y'all making a little bit too much money. We about to knock all this shit over. So the pattern keeps repeating itself, and at some point you do have to make amends for the stuff y'all did that was bold.
What about what's up they're continuing to do? But we can go there. I'm with it. I'm definitely with it. Like, I mean, it's documented, it's noted. Like, the information's out there. You want to see like the reasons why we should get reparations, Native Americans.
Oh yeah.
Google is free information.
You can fact check all this.
Why should Native Americans need reparations? And I guarantee like 20 different articles gonna pop up letting you know exactly why. But I mean,
do you count this reparations talk that Joe Biden is putting out there? You count that as just pandering?
Absolutely.
There's hold on. There's been a lot of politicians that have made maybe not. I'm not going to call them promises. There's been a lot of politicians that have gone in there and said, "We're going to do this. We're going to fight for this." And I can't. I'll never put it over somebody's head if they're not able to come through and do what they said they're going to do, because it's difficult. There's a lot of things that you have, a lot of avenues that you have to go through just to get a bill passed. But do you think he will actually try it once he's in office?
That's the thing. I don't think the three of us are naive enough to think that Joe Biden is going to be the president that passes reparations. But what I do believe is that the optics are good for him to make an attempt to get HR 40 passed, which is the study of a plan for reparations.
Right.
To put commissions out there to talk about reparations for the Native Americans. If he can get that conversation going, then I think, because he was real particular about what he talked about when he was promising this, which was a plan for reparations and for blacks and Native Americans. So I do think he can execute that part of it. I don't see it being done during his 4-year term if he wins.
Oh, Joe Biden?
Yeah.
There's such thing as momentum, and if it's not done, if it's not done during his term, there's potential that momentum can die down.
It won't get.
I don't think it won't.
I'm gonna tell you why. Joe Biden is not one to. He's old. He's one of those. We talking about people we talking about the cops who they've done things a certain way for 10 to 15 years, and it's hard for them to change. The same goes for men. Same goes to human nature. Joe Biden has been the same way for I don't know how long. He'll say he'll put up a fight, which means him putting up a fight will be him backing the bill in Congress. Yeah. And then it's gonna. That's all we needed him to do. And then he's gonna get defeated. He's gonna say, "Well, I tried." But by him backing, he's not gonna fight for it. He's just gonna back it. He's not gonna do anything. He's not gonna work for it. He's gonna say,
"But that's his job."
I back it. No.
That's his job as the president.
I hate that I'm about to say this. You see how when Trump wants a bill passed, Trump puts pressure. Trump uses everything he can to try to spin that to push things forward, like the wall. He uses every little thing to try to get he puts pressure on it. He does everything he can. That's fighting for it. Biden will just say, I back it.
I agree with that. I agree.
And just leave it.
I can't say you're wrong.
That's why I'm like, I
can't say you're wrong on that, but that's what I'm saying. Like, Trump doesn't play the political game. If he wants something done, he want it done. But he's the distraction. Trump is, like people say he be trying to distract us from stuff. Trump is the distraction from what Mitch McConnell and all of them are doing in Congress and pushing stuff through.
That's true.
He's the distraction.
You know, you're so worked up on what he's doing. We ain't even worry about what's going on down here. Mitch McConnell, his closed door session is pushing bills
Right.
and everything. Like,
You know what would help keep this thing rolling though? If Biden actually does get a black woman as a running mate, that would definitely help.
He's not going to. A.B. Klobuchar, George Floyd screwed A.B. Klobuchar. Him dying in Minnesota and her being a prosecutor and she let Derek Chauvin or whatever, I guess a couple years ago, she declined to prosecute him. She declined to take
that. George Floyd screwed. That's what you said.
Why you always gotta take it there? Like, just let it fly. Jesus Christ.
Bro, you gotta rephrase
No,
that.
I'm not. So I mean, pun intended. But
you know he was a porn star.
That's what I said, pun intended.
Yeah, okay, I want to say Floyd the landlord. That was his name, Floyd the landlord. I did my research.
No, but
wow,
she let him go. And so like that came up when it broke the news that Joe Biden was considering her. That came up. She's not you can't do Black Lives Matter and like the one that sparked all this. You mean to tell me this woman had the chance to actually get him off the force and George Floyd would still be alive, but yet she didn't do anything about it? Black people not gonna get behind her. Trump will take that and jump on that. Trump will devour that.
That's hypocritical. Because I thought the system was supposed to lock you up so you don't commit another crime.
Huh?
Isn't the system supposed to lock you up so you don't commit another crime?
It's supposed to. But, you know how the system is for cops. Again, like I said, in my Chris's Corner, the system works the way it's supposed to. The system ain't for us. The system is not for minorities. I ain't gonna say black people. It does not work for minorities. It ain't for us. Granted, there's gonna be some white people lumped in there, thrown in there because, I mean, ain't collateral damage. But it ain't for you. The prison system wasn't created for white people.
No.
It was created for blacks, minorities.
There's a loophole for slavery.
Right. Let's get into that. So yeah, I mean, whatever. But yeah, Biden picks a black woman, which he's not, because Joe Biden can't get out of Joe Biden's way. He's gonna pick a white woman.
What black woman would he pick?
Stacey Adams or Abrams?
Abrams?
She's number one in the running.
That's what everybody's saying.
No, Abrams. Stacey Abrams.
Abrams, yeah. Stacey Adams is you. You
Elizabeth
can't go with
Warren is number 2.
Who?
Elizabeth Warren.
Who?
You heard me. Elizabeth Warren. Let's get a Native American in there.
Bro, Elizabeth Warren, man, I can't get behind that. You gonna mess around, maybe vote.
She makes the most sense.
Okay, so according to this, she did 2 big favors for Biden. In the primaries.
Yeah.
She declined
to endorse. In her race.
She incinerated Mike Bloomberg, and she declined to endorse Bernie Sanders.
Yep. And she stayed in. And she stayed in later taking
votes. She stayed in and took Bernie votes.
Yep. So, that might be it.
Politics.
Nah, that was, you know who that was, though?
Nope.
That was the black savior. That's who orchestrated all that.
You can't say these things.
Ooh.
We're going to get canceled.
I guess we've seen what cancel culture can do. I'm not Carrie Hilson, okay? So you can't cancel me.
We're going to get canceled. You can't speak about Obama this way.
Hey, I'm just saying, Black Jesus.
Hey, you know what? Interesting fact. I don't even know if it's a fact, but I saw a meme claiming that Alexander Hamilton had a black mother or a black grandmother, which would make him a fourth black or a half black. It said his older brother was a dark-skinned black man. So technically he would have been the first black president and not Obama.
I mean, first black man on some, and he on some money.
Okay, no, he was not black. His mother was half British and half French, Huguenot, whatever the hell that means. While his father was a Scotsman, both white people. He was not black. False.
So you just gonna fact check me right here on the podcast, huh? Wait till my internet speed up.
Let me start with that.
So we got a black man on a $10 bill.
Yep. We supposed to have Harriet on the 20, but Trump and his white nationalists stopped that for a minute. They delayed it for 30 years.
All right, so we got the $10 bill. We good.
We ain't got the $10 bill. Alexander Hamilton is not black. He's white.
Prove it.
We asked that last week.
It's already been proven. What do you mean? They know who his father is. They know who his mother is.
No, but wait, what about his grandparents? That's what I was saying. It was either his mom or his grandparents. They were saying one of them was black.
He
Not black.
Black. I don't care about his grandmammy. Speaking of grandmammies, we not gonna talk about Angel Mama.